If your company responds to requests for proposals or RFPs, you know that pulling together the core document, a proposal that might be 200 to 300 pages long, can consume hours or days of your time, even before you start replying to the specific requirements. Well, what if you could put the base document together in 5 minutes without having to buy expensive document management software, using tools you already have? Well, in this video, I'll show you how you can pull together your base sales proposal in minutes using automation tools that are already inside of Microsoft Word. Keep watching. So you just received an RFP from an agency. It's for products and services that are perfect for your company. It's probably a $2 million project, but the proposal's due in just 3 weeks. Okay, you've already had your strategy session, you've pulled your team together and you've made the assignments, and you're going to submit a bid. Well, this RFP is 50 pages long with about 400 requirements, almost 20 pages of requirements. Things like, can your solution do this? Can it do that? Tell us how you'll handle this situation. Describe in detail how your solution does this. It takes a long time to review all those requirements, assign them to the right people, and then craft answers that are specific to the bid. You know what else is going to take a long time? Pulling this giant document together. It's not unusual to end up with a sales proposal that's 200 to 300 pages long. It would be great if you could spend all 3 weeks crafting the answers to those 400 requirements. But you can't, because the RFP also calls for some other required sections you need to include. In addition to your responses to those 400 requirements, you also need to include these things. If you respond to lots of RFPs, you know they all ask for these types of information, but they don't all ask for the exact same information, and they sure don't ask for it in the same order. There are 3 traditional options to starting this RFP proposal. First, we could start with a blank document and build the entire proposal from scratch. With the blank document approach, we come up with a really specific proposal, but it takes a ton of time to write all that information from scratch. We're basically recreating information we have in 200 other documents. That's going to chew up our resources, and it's going to limit the amount of time we can put into the answers to the 400 requirements, which is where the proposal will really differentiate itself. The second one is to open up historical proposals and start copying and pasting. With the copy and paste approach, you save a lot of time because you're not recreating things you've done before. But since no other proposal uses the same exact information in the same order, we have to hunt through historical proposals to find relevant information and then paste it into the new proposal. If you tailor your standard sections for specific proposals, you might have to go through 10 different documents just for each section to find a version that's close to what you want. Then you have to go through and find all the old customer names and replace them, along with anything else that was specific to those legacy proposals. Now that's an incredible amount of wasted time, and if you make a mistake and you miss something, you could lose the entire deal. After all, if you're writing a proposal for the ABC agency, you don't want references to the XYZ company in your proposal. That would be a disaster. And the third option is to use proposal management software. There are several proposal management systems out there, but they're expensive and they take a lot of effort to set up and then keep current. And unfortunately, you probably only have a limited number of people in your organization who can really use it to its fullest extent. So you cut down on your available resources. So, what do? I was faced with this same situation almost 20 years ago now. My organization generally used the copy and paste approach, and my sense is a lot of organizations are like that today. But we got tired of spending hours or days reviewing old documents, copying and pasting, finding and replacing, and then going through and editing out all the old information. It was a huge waste of time, and that was time we didn't have. After some investigation, we built a wizard inside of Microsoft Word to automate the construction of our RFP proposal. For a big RFP, we went from 4 to 8 hours to pull the base document together to 5 or 10 minutes. Over the years, I've built a lot of these for different customers. In fact, I created a sample wizard just for this video to give you an idea of how it works. Now, as I go through this example, keep in mind your wizards can look any way you want them to. It doesn't have to work like the one I'm about to show you.
Now, to create our sales proposal, we could select a lot of historical documents, do a lot of copy and paste, find and replace, and edit. Or alternately, we could select a blank document and type for the next 2 weeks straight. However, for this video, we're going to use a wizard that we built inside of Microsoft Word to handle RFPs. We can actually use this same wizard for all sorts of solicitations, RFPs, RFQs, invitations to bid, etc. First, we'll fill in the type of solicitation, the number, and the title. We'll also select the dates that go with this solicitation. Again, this is an example of a custom wizard that you can build yourself in Microsoft Word. Next, we'll enter the prospective customer information. In this case, the proposal is for the Stearns County Office of Tourism. Like a lot of proposals, we don't want to have to type Stearns County Office of Tourism every time we reference the agency, so we can enter a short name. A lot of agencies and companies use acronyms or abbreviations of their full name. We'll also include the address of the agency as well as the proposal's main contact person. In this case, she's the purchasing director. The next very powerful screen lets us select which sections to include in our proposal and in which order. Most RFPs tell you exactly what information they want to see and in what order it must appear. In this case, they don't ask for all of the sections we have in our library, so we won't select them all, but we will put the ones we do select in the required order. This RFP also wants a list and profiles of the staff members that we will be assigning to the project. We have profiles for all of our staff members. We'll select a couple of them and include those in the proposal. The final screen in our wizard is pricing. In our sample wizard, the pricing screen is pretty simple, but it does include our services as well as travel expense numbers. Now, you can design pricing screens that are much more complex than this. In addition, this same wizard creation functionality is available in Microsoft Excel, so if you have extremely complex pricing, you can build this type of wizard in Excel instead of Word. When we hit the Create button, the wizard creates our proposal. It includes all the sections that we chose in the correct order. We also have all the customer information, their name, their address, and their contact information inserted in all the right places, and we finish up with the pricing page.
Okay, so there it is. Using the sample document wizard, we've constructed the proposal to match the RFP's requirements in just a couple of minutes. The wizard let us do a few things. It let us include only the required sections, put the sections in the order that the RFP required them. We use the customer name, address, and other specifics in the appropriate places throughout the proposal, which saves us the embarrassment of missing something from an old proposal. We saved hours of construction time. It lets us spend the majority of that time focusing on the answers to those 400 requirements. And we can use this wizard over and over. And every time we use it, we're saving more time. Now, the best part is that the tools we use to build the wizard are right inside Microsoft Word. If you have Word, you have the tools. And they're in both the PC and the Macintosh versions of Word. Building a wizard can take a couple of hours or a couple of days, but it will definitely save you hours and hours on each sales proposal, and is more cost effective than buying an expensive commercial proposal system. Remember, this video shows you an example wizard with multiple screens to put together a big RFP proposal. I've built simpler wizards and more complex wizards depending on customer needs. I've also used the same approach to automate other types of documents besides sales proposals. Now, it's your turn. I'd love to hear your feedback on this approach to creating sales proposals. Do you use the copy and paste method today? And have you ever sent out a proposal where you forgot to change something? I have, and it's not a good feeling. How many sales proposals does your company generate each year? And if you could save 2 to 3 hours on each one, what would you do with the rest of your time? Please share your thoughts in the comment section below this video, and let's have a dialogue. Did you like this video? If so, please be sure to hit the like button below, and also subscribe to my channel to watch all of my sales related videos, including the others in the sales proposal series. If you want us to notify you whenever we publish new content for salespeople, head over to the website and tell us your email address. We only use it to let you know when new content's available.